Hello everyone. Welcome to class. It's Wednesday night. Time for us to dance. So I'm just adjusting cameras, whatnots, trying to get everything situated here. All right, so it's our Wednesday night 7 o'clock belly dance class, and I'm Meleah. And here we go, ready to dance. It's been a whole week and here we are. I'm really happy to be here and ready to move, and I've got a really great class for you tonight. So go ahead and check in. Let's see who's here. And I'm going to pull myself up on my Facebook. And hopefully you can see everything. So just let me know that you can see me, all right, that the volume is okay. You can hear me, you can see me. Everything is looking and sounding technically good. And we'll go ahead and get started. And hopefully we have a good internet connection tonight. We'll see what happens. Everything is always an adventure with the internet. All right, let's see. All right, here's Susan. Okay, good. Hopefully I'm doing okay. Let me know if there's any issues that you can't see or hear. And I think we should start pretty soon. We're gonna warm up first. We're gonna use, what are we gonna use? Oh yeah, Beats Antique is our music for tonight, and tonight we're going to focus on 1.5 circles. It's an easy little thing to do, and we're just going to take different body parts and do 1.5 circles and show you how you can create these really fun, cool looking steps and combinations just by thinking about, okay, what can I do with 1.5, right? And I'll get through some of them, and then you're going to think of more. After we're finished, you're going, well, what about this? What about that? Yeah, exactly. And so you'll go for it. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Abby. Good. Everything's technically good. All right, let's go ahead and start with our little movement. We're going to warm up a little bit. There'll be a lot of isolated body parts tonight, so we're going to get a good stretch. Let's see how we're doing on volume. All right, here we go. Beats Antique. Can't go wrong with Beats Antique. Okay, so nice big stretch outward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I gotta turn it down. Keep going. All right. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Good. Reach up. Over to the side. Reach and stretch. Now reach and hold. Other side. Reach and hold. And again. And again. Take it into a big circle. Big circle. All the way around. Push it through. Stretch out your spine, your waist, hips. Switch directions. Good. Push your hip over to the side and side. And side. And side. Push it back. Reach forward with your spine long. Bend the knees. Ooh, to the floor. Bring it up, pull it up, reach forward, to the floor, and bring it up, 1 more, pulse, go. Roll it up. All right, doing good. Let me just turn my air on. There we go. I always forget that part. All right, roll back. Big shoulders rolling back and front. Take the arms, alternate forward. And alternate back. Good. Cross and touch. Open your shoulders, your chest. Good. Roll your shoulders again. Alternate. Bring your arms out to second. Forward. Big circle. Turn this into a figure 8 going to the back. That's it. Take it forward. Bend your knees a little bit. And come up. And down. And up. And up. Down. Up. Up and over. Little quicker. 1, 2. All right. We're getting there, huh? We are. All right, let's start with an easy one. 1.5 circles of the hips. Let's see. We got, all right. Okay, yes. 1.5 hip circles. Let me see. We will put that on pause for right now. All right, so let's look at our hip circles. You've got different sizes, right? Ami being the smallest and getting bigger and bigger. Let's just start with whatever's comfortable, which is sort of in the mid-range, right around here, a mid-range kind of circle. We can get into the other ones as well, but just gear yourself into, we're just going to be playing with 1.5, okay? And the best way for this to look really, really good is to start the circle in the front. So you'll actually start on one side, but you're going to go forward. You can also take it back, and a lot of these 1.5s reverse themselves, but this particular one, I just prefer it going to the front. So let's say we're over here on our, well, either depending on your camera, the left or the right side, it's my left. Go forward clockwise 1, then you pass that side. That's one whole circle. Now go 1/2 and you end up on the other side. So you start at one side, go forward, pass that side, and you end up on the other side, right? So whatever side you start on, if you were to do 2 circles, you'd end up on the same. If you do 1.5, you end up on the opposite side. So that's what makes 1.5 pretty easy to remember. They automatically reverse themselves because they always switch sides. You don't even have to think about it. So start over here, go forward 1.5, and now you're on the opposite side. Go forward 1.5, and 1.5, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Yeah, not hard, right? Really not hard. All right, let's see what the tempo is. Let's see. Five, 6, 7, 8, 1 and a half. 5, 6, 7. We'll take 4 slow counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just doing something with my arms. Don't worry about it. Whatever you want to do is fine. Or you don't have to do anything. Just leave them out to the side. And 1 and 1 and a half. All right, bring it in. Little Ami, 1 and a half. Tighten the belly. Now I think it's going to pick up tempo or get more bold, so we're going to go quicker. 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1. So on the Ami, it's nice to go a little faster because it's a tiny circle. 1 half, 1 half, 1 half. I think this feels really good. One and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half. All right, let's let that rest. Shimmy it out, relax, and we'll add a little step to it and a walk to it. Just because we can. Okay, I'm adding this in my notes because I was forgetting that part. I go, oh, I know, I've done that before. On the half, take your foot and touch. On the 1, step. On the half, touch. 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Yeah. Let me back up so you can walk. It looks really cool. All right, then we can walk back. Use your stomach. So it's a little Ami. Okay, now we make it big and slow. So we're not doing Ami now. So larger circle. Back. Forward. And go fast again. Ami, 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Back up. Forward. Now just Ami. Get your belly going. Tuck, tight, tuck it in. Roll up. Ami. Roll up. Switch directions. Whoops. And roll. And Ami. Roll. So we go 1 and a half, 1 and a half, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and 8, and 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Circle, circle, roll up. 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Ami, Ami, roll up. That's kind of cool, right? Easy, easy. All right, so that's 1 and a half plus Ami plus body. I'm making notes. Body, wave, up. Good little combo. Easy, fun, looks cool. Renee, hi. Hi, Amy. All right, here we go. So let's try that again. Same type of tempo. Any side you want to be on. 1.5, 1.5, ami, 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 roll. All right? 5, 6, here we go. 1.5, 1.5, and around, and around, and around, and up, and 1. You can switch directions if you want to, or not. 6, 7, up, 1.5, 1.5, around, and around, and around. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, feels good, feels squishy. Hi, Catherine. All right, let's move on to a different one. This one is, let's see, we'll pause the music. Pause. All right, if you have questions on that, type it in. Also, remember, if you have questions, always type it in. All right, let me see what else I want to do. So we did the 1.5. Okay, so let's do another one with the hips. All right, Maya. Maya is a figure 8 on the vertical, headed in a downward direction. All right, so on Maya, it's kind of a challenging step, but it is a fun one. You're going to tuck your tailbone under, stomach in, demi-plie. You'll lift one hip, go over and down, and then lift the other hip over and down. So when you're doing a Maya, you have a choice of keeping your heels down, which I'm doing now, flat foot. And you can see in my body, this is a lot of abs, all right? You're doing this inside, all these pulleys and ropes, things are happening to get your hips to do all this nonsense. So it is a really good toner in here. It's very important when you plie that you don't pop your tailbone out, that you tuck it under. It gives you more control for your Maya. So under and sit, go up, over, down, up, over, down, up, over, down, up, over, down, and over. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, use the ball of your foot, push your heel up, over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes this is easier because you use your foot to help get your hip up in the air. You don't have to squat down as much. And relax the fingers and hands. You can add an arm wave if you want to. It looks pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right, so 1.5 with this Maya is super cool. So you will start, you'll take one side and roll it, one whole circle, 1. So you'll start, you've got inside, upward, outside, and down. So imagine your circle, right? That's what you're doing. The circle is right here. So you're going to go up, over, down, and under. On the side of your body, the circle is from the center outward. So you have a circle here, and you have a circle here, and they butt up against each other. So one circle is here, one circle is here. So pick up your hip with your foot. Make sure you get the low part, the cool part of the Maya. See here is the under, the down part. That's the fun. Otherwise, it's just over like so, right? There isn't a bottom half. So make sure that you dip under by bending that knee. So either way, ball of the foot, heel up, or heel flat, whichever way, or a little of both. Try both. So 1.5, we will start with the inside portion of the circle. Go up, around, past the inside. There's 1, and then half puts you on the outside as you're landing. So here, inside, around, past the inside for 1, up, over, and down, right, for half. 1.5. Hopefully that makes sense. Hi, Donna. Okay, here we go. And over 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. So you'll end up on the outside of your circle, out and down. Okay? So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. All right, let's try it. and then we'll work on reversing it. That's always fun too. Okay, let's see how this sounds. That's a good beat. 5, 6, here we go, and 1 1/2, 1 1/2, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over again. Take it slow. 1 1/2, 1 1/2, up and over and down, up, over and down, over, down 1 1/2 times. A little quicker now. 1 1/2. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It's fun to do. Now just Maya, just to loosen yourself up. So we can make that as our combo, all right? Hi, Zinabi, nice to see you again. It's been a long time. So 1 1/2, 1 1/2, single, 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 right? 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy. So let's take it on the ball of the foot. So 1 1/2, 1 1/2. Now, if you can, heels down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come up. 1 1/2, 1 1/2. Down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Just for a little difference of appearance. All right, let's give it a try. Ball of the foot for the 1 1/2. Flat foot for the single. Stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, take it down, 5, 6, 7, 8, up, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, down, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and last time, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool, yes? And I'm sure you can think of other things like, oh, I could put it on this, I could add it to this. Of course you can, right? It's awesome. All right, so 2 1 1/2s, 4 singles. Yeah? Fun times. All right. Kylie, hi, honey. All right. So let's try now. 1 hip, let me think. Oh, all right. Forward rolls with the hips. These are super fun. Because our muscles in our stomach should be nice and warmed up now. We've been only using them for half an hour, so they should be feeling pretty good. So we're going to do a vertical forward roll with the pelvis. Okay, so it's just like it sounds. So the shape, remember on the Maya, which we just did, I drew the shape. You do a circle onto the side and a circle here. You put the circles together and you're making an 8, right? You're going over, 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 over. And we did our 1 1/2. All right, so this shape from the front, so my hands will make the shape up, over, and down, up, over, and down. It's a forward, so keeping your head forward, because I have to tell you, this is not natural for the body, right? Body likes to go the other way, loves to go the other way. And a lot of times in class, I'm showing it and saying it, and I look around and half the class is going backwards, and they don't know, right? So use your camera, use your mirror. It should feel awkward. If it feels really comfortable and great, it's probably not it, right? It's awkward feeling, but it's a good thing. All right, so up, over, and down, up, over, and down, okay? Take the pelvis, drop into your plie. Pelvic tuck, really strong. All the way up, as high as you can go with your pelvis. So your tailbone goes down, pelvic bone goes up. Right, now forward. Now drop it down and start again. Up, over, down, up, over, down. You see the shape? Up, over, down, right? It's kind of like if you have a cup, like a teacup, the tea is spilling forward. Think of the cup tilting. Think of your hips, your pelvis as a cup, and you tilt it forward, and the tea pours out the front. Up, over, and down, up, over, and down. Also be careful to isolate, make sure it's pelvis, and it's not like you're seasick, right? Don't get everything going, right? Of course, can you go into a belly roll? Of course, and maybe we'll just put that in our combo. Of course you can. So I try to sometimes hold on to my shoulders or my ribs and lift myself up as I come down. So tuck pelvis really high, up, over, and down, up, over, down, forward roll. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So how are we going to do 1.5 here? You probably already figured it out, right? We're going to start in the back. We're going to come around 1. 1 is at the starting point. Half is just plump, right? You're just going to go forward and stop. So your hips will be forward and down, right? And then to come out of it, we have to go into something else because your stomach is just sitting out there, right? It's a little awkward. So to come out of it, we are going to reverse and do a body wave going back, undulate up to down. So this is where it's going to get confusing because the one going back is going to feel really good. The one going forward is going to feel awkward. You don't want to keep doing the same one for both, right? So squat down, tuck your pelvis in, and so go back, up, now forward, over, down, there's our 1, and now just over, that's the half, right? It's 1.5. So you start back here, 1.5. And then pick it up, roll in, use your ribs, undulate, and we're going to step back. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and you'll be able to take 2 little steps backward. If the stepping doesn't feel good, just do it in place. It's fine. So you'll roll forward 1 and 2. Stop. Now come in. 3, 4. Yeah, just woo, right? Just wave a couple times. It should feel really good. So here we go. Forward. 1, 2. Roll. 3, 4. 1, 2. Roll. Wave, wave, and over. Drop, wave, back. Over, drop, wave, back. Yes, good. Takes a lot of muscle in the stomach, and I think you're probably going to feel it in your low back. Whenever we work a lot with the pelvis, the back is, right, it gets sore, it gets tired, right? Don't worry, nothing's getting hurt. It just isn't used to doing all this contracting that it's having to do. It's actually pretty good for it. It keeps it strong. So let's try. All right, I'm going to get over here because I'm going to go, I'll go at an angle. Yeah, then I won't go off screen. 7, 8, forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, forward, back, forward, back. 1 more. Forward, back. Woo! That feels squishy, doesn't it? I love that. Let's do it again. So forward twice, 1.5, and then wave, wave. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. How'd you like that? I love that one. All right, so that is that one and 2 undulations back. All right, questions? Let's see if I have any questions. Don't have questions. All right, I'm assuming you're having as much fun as I am then, hopefully. All right, so let's move to another body part, because we've done quite a bit here. We've done circles, we've done vertical to the side, we've done vertical forward. Those are lots of things to work on, and this part here has been severely toned, right? Lots of toning. So let's look at rib cage. Rib cage can be challenging because ribs are harder to move than hips. Hips move a lot easier. Ribs have a little bit of a challenge. So let's just kind of go through a horizontal 1.5 and a vertical 1.5 with the rib cage. So start your rib cage, think of horizontal, right? Level with the floor. Push your ribs forward, slide side, go straight back and side. Forward, side, back, side. Make sure you are level with the floor, because sometimes when we go forward, we tend to go up, and when we go back, we tend to go down. So we're tilting. There is a tilted rib circle, right? But we want to do it when we do it on purpose. So right now it's horizontal and then vertical. So go whichever way you want, clockwise, counterclockwise, circling, forward, side, back, side. Get those stomach muscles working, diaphragm, upper back. And now switch directions. And we'll just take a simple 1.5. So, like we did with our hips, it looks best if you start on one side or the other and end up on the other side. So I'm going to start over here. And I'll go 1.5. And now I'm on the other side. Go forward, 1.5. The trick on this, same with the hip. Start on the outside, one side or the other, and then push your ribs forward first instead of back, right? So push them forward. Start on one side, forward, around, and other side. Forward, around, and other side. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. So that was this first one that we did with our hip. 1.5. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, rib cage, same thing. You're making the same shape, it just feels different because it's the ribs. Yeah, good. All right, so let's try that. Let's see if we get a little more tempo. See what we have here. Nah, I don't really like this tempo, so hang on. That might work. 2, 3, 4. 1.5, 2.5. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now hips. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rib cage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hips faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rib cage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fast hips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ribs. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Slow. Good. All right, same idea. Just take it from horizontal to vertical. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna go from here to here, right? Start on one side, around, around. Same idea, start on the outside, go up, over, and up on the other side, up, over, other side. Up and side, up and around, and side, up and around, and side. Yeah, that's not so bad, huh? Keep your tailbone tucked when you come up off your hips, right? Keep them under, tuck those abs. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Back to horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4 vertical. So we'll do a set of each so your brain can figure it out. So horizontal, other side, vertical. Yes. Here we go. Flat. And up. One more set. Flat, horizontal. Now up and over on the other side. Okay, so now on the rib cage, I prefer on horizontal that you go forward. But when you go vertical, you can go up or you can go down, right? They both look the same. So, well, they both look good, not the same. So if you go up, over, you land on a down, up, over, and down. But let's just try for a second. Go down, around, and you end up on an up. Sometimes it's cool. See? Has a little different, it's a little more smiley because you're making more of a U shape. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Fun, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, both sides. There it is. Good. All right, so you can see that you get a whole different picture by going up first or going under first, right? So I think that's cool. Vertical, okay, making my notes. All right, one more thing, and then I'll turn you loose. Shoulders. So when we warm up, we usually roll our shoulders. Rolling shoulders backward is more natural. Rolling shoulders forward, not as natural. But let's just try it anyway. So bring your arms where they are comfortable right now. What you're going to attempt is to roll your shoulders, not your hands. All right? So see, if I roll them back and my hands are circling at the same time, it's not that great of an isolation. But if the hands are still and the shoulders are rolling by themselves, now it's more cool, right? So you have to learn to push with your hand. While your shoulder goes up, you push down. So if you only saw what your hand was doing, it would be doing this. It would be pushing. It's just you can't see, right? You can't tell because it's counterbalancing. So you push down with the hand to make the shoulders go up. Finish your roll. Push and push. You're not going to be motionless. You don't need to be frozen. But what we don't want is for the hand and the arm to all go together. Then it's not a shoulder, it's some arm thing, which doesn't look that great. All right, so press your hand, and a great way to learn is to stand next to your dresser or the kitchen counter. Just put your hands on the kitchen counter and roll your shoulders back and leave your hands in one place, and then slowly just do fingertips on the kitchen counter and then step away from it and see if you can hold your hands like they're hovering on that surface. You just have to get it in your head to push your fingers onto an imaginary surface. So roll back. Now forward is not as fun. It's kind of, it feels a little weird, but we still do it. and it's harder, right? You see the hands moving more. So fortunately, we don't do them together that much. We alternate, it looks better. So try it, just pick a side and roll. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now forward, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, forward, 1. See, there's a little movement, but it's not swimming, right? We're not swimming. We're keeping the hands somewhat still, and we're trying not to swim. We're trying not to do the backstroke or the breaststroke, right? We're trying to keep everything as isolated as we can. So what would a 1.5 look like? You have to pick a shoulder, right? If you're going to pick the right or the left, right? So they won't, so you'll be going 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. And we're going to reverse it. So pick your strong shoulder, whichever one wants to lead. So it doesn't matter right or left. You'll be going 1.5, and you'll stop right there, and then back and a half. So you'll be going up, over, around, up, over, forward. Up, over, around, up, over, back. Forward and stop. Back and stop. Forward and stop. Back and stop. Forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah? Keep a little slack in your arms. If your arms are straight, it's harder to isolate them, but you don't want them this much bent. That's too close. So somewhere in here is a good place, and you want your palms to be down. If they're front, it just doesn't look quite, it's like, hey, right? It doesn't look quite as good. So palms down. All right, 1.5, back, 2, 3, 4, 1.5, 1.5. Music, and let's see how that feels. See what our tempo is going to be. Not sure. Let's see. These might be a bunch of slow ones. Ah, okay. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, try it. 5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.5, 1.5, forward stop, backward stop, forward stop, backward stop. It's kind of fun. Da-dum, da-dum, ba-bum. Forward, back, forward. Now half time. Forward and stop, back and stop. Forward and stop, back and stop. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more set. 2, 3. Last one. Good. Shoulder burn, yes? Oh, you feel it in your deltoids? I'll bet you do. And your, what are these? Trapezius? Yes. Yes, yes. But it's a fun thing to do, right? I think it looks cool. So we don't do a lot of those. It's just maybe you land, you do a thing, ba-bum, 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 and then on to something else. It's not something that you continually do, because it starts to look awkward, but it's a nice little accent. So now you can be thinking of all, we didn't touch on the neck or the head, the wrists, right? We didn't do any of those, so feel free to play with all that stuff. All your parts and pieces can do a 1.5 circle. It's just a matter of how you're going to make it move. And it's just a neat little easy, rather than just continually moving. It's, well, why don't we stop and go back the other way? And why don't we do here? Right? It just makes it a little more interesting. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. I sure did. I had a great time. So thank you for joining me. And with any luck, I'll see you again next week, right? If things go well, hopefully they do. If you've got questions, type them in. I will be here. And if you want to ever join a semi-private class, I'm teaching every morning, Thursdays at 9 a.m. on Zoom. And it's a private class right here with just a lot fewer people, and I can actually see you and you can ask questions. So you're welcome to join that anytime. Just message me or put it in the chat and I'll send you the link. All right, so I think we're good for now. I'm going to sign off and I will see you again very soon. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night.